Hey guys, it's Mike the Baldodonts. On today's video, on this episode I should say, I already did a video earlier. I'm going to talk about my blood clot. So as you guys know, I talk about my health issues. And 2014 was a busy year for me. Between C4, C5 damage, between 2 hernias in the groin, and that pulled cord that I was telling you about in the last videos. I started developing vertigo to chemical environmental pollution. And it just started. I mean, literally just started when I ended up getting a blood clot. So I'm having fun now, going, what the hell's going on with my body? And so let's go and go back 2014 and tell you how I got the blood clot. Well, I actually don't know how I got it, but I thought I pulled a muscle in my calf from doing calf exercises, and it was that burning feeling. If you guys work out, you know what a strained muscle feels like. I mean, I guess you don't have to work out, but you know what a pulled muscle is. So I'm like, wow, that's a unique feeling. All these years of working out, I know what a pulled muscle feels like, and this one was just a little different. And I would notice it more as the night came on, as I was starting to relax. I'll take a shower at night, and I'll be in the shower going, why is my legs burning? My left leg particularly was burning, and it was hot as a rock. I mean, it was like hot as a rock, okay? So you guys know in my past videos, I got into a motorcycle accident when I was 21 when that happened, and I broke my leg in half. I was a total mess, and later on with this video, I'm gonna show you. So be prepared of what my damaged leg looks like. All right, I got lucky. A woman, surgeon at Mass General, put my leg back together. They're gonna cut it off. So I'm very grateful to her and her team. But along with a fixed leg, there come some issues. So, okay, so getting back to the blood clot, I feel this burning sensation. I go to the doctor. She's like, I think you pulled it. I don't think she was really paying attention too much because she sees me so much about my injuries. She's like, yeah, it's probably just a pulled muscle. All right. I go home. A week goes by. I'm like, I can't take this burning no more. It's like, it's burning. Hot as a rock. I'm like, jeez. I go see the doctor. I went to emergency walk-in, and the doctor's looking at me. He's like, "No, man, you got a blood clot. You don't have a pulled muscle." I'm like, "Well, what's that?" He goes, "Well, obviously something happened. We don't know what's going on. You developed a blood clot, and what happens is it can go through your body without medication if you're lucky. I mean, it happens all the time. All right, but if a part breaks off, it can lodge into your lungs, go right into your heart. You could be dead, just like that. So as he's telling me this, I went from being concerned because I don't know what's going on to, holy shit, this is like serious. Now I'm starting to freak. You ever get some kind of news where you just don't register it right away, and you're like, what? And then it sinks in a little bit. And the thought of you could be dead at any moment sits in, you just have to freak out. He's like, you got to go to Mass General right now. I'm from the Boston area. And we're going to call him up, tell him that you're on your way. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you guys not going to drive me? He's like, no, you can drive yourself. I'm like, okay. So it was lucky. It was nighttime. And I flew in. I got there like in 7 minutes. You know what I mean? I mean, that pedal was to the metal floor. I was parking garage, running in. They saw me. They're like, yep, you got a blood clot. And he pulls out one of these. This is Love Knocks. Okay? This is, you stick this right in your belly, right in the skin, and it helps break down the blood clot. And then with that, you take another medication. It might happen to be warfarin. So I get set up with a couple doctors for this type of treatment. This is not an uncommon issue, people. Lots of people have this and they don't even know they have it. You walk, you don't walk enough. You know, you guys sit at home, you guys got to get up off the couch. If you drive a lot, if you drive for a living, you got to get out of that vehicle and move around. You have to. It's just, you know, there's just so many things out there that you have to be aware of, and this is one of them that we don't even think of. So if you drive a lot, if you sit a lot, just do yourself a favor. Every hour, get up, take a little walk around the house, around the office, go outside, do something. Just get the blood flowing, you know. Take a break for 5 minutes. That's all it takes. If you drive a lot, pull over, walk around the vehicle a couple times, get back in. You know, it's better to be a little healthier, you know, safe with a blood clot versus just sitting there and letting that blood just be sitting down at your feet and not able to move back up to your heart. So this is a 3-month to 6-month process. Okay, I got lucky. I was able to deal with it for 3 months. But what happens is you got to go on a strict diet of no vitamin K. So if you like green leafy things, you know, anything with vitamin K. There's a few other things. This is 4 years ago, and I don't have all my paperwork, so I don't know exactly all the steps I had to do. But I recall the vitamin K. That was an issue with the medication. And how to take this for a few weeks, twice a day in your belly button. Well, near your belly button. Give or take a few inches from your belly button. Inside, twice a day. Black and blue, your whole stomach is for quite a while. And then you got to go in and have your blood work tested every 2 to 3 days. Every 2 to 3 days until this is over with. They want to make sure your level is at a certain consistency. And that takes a while. That takes a while for the first couple of weeks because you're trying to eat and adjust yourself. And that's not fun either. You know, your arms are getting beat up. But guys, blood clots, they can come in your arms and mostly your legs from just not enough movement. And I had to get compression stockings as soon as possible. So they set you up and they give you, like I am a 20-30 millimeter size in a large, the length. And you just go to a medical supply store and they measure you get your stockings. The cool thing about stockings today, they're not what you think they are. When I thought about them, I was like, oh, all I can visualize was my grandmother way back in the day wearing those loose fitted compression stockings, and she had one on one leg, I believe, and it's just flopping around, you know, just barely keeping it on. And it's that tan color, you know, everybody knows what old ladies or old men's compression stockings look like. You know, you have a visualization from when you were a kid, right? So today's compression stockings are very, very nice. You have athletic styles, which look like baseball socks. You know, they have designs in it, different colors, white, red, black. green, all different colors. They have some really nice ones made of wool for the winter. Cotton ones, nice and stretchable. All kinds, all kinds. So it's not like people can notice that you wear compression stockings. It's very, very nice to have these days. And I think there is definitely a health benefit of looking into them. If you guys drive a lot or work a lot in an office and you're sitting down a lot, start looking to compression stockings. It'll keep the blood from pooling up at the bottom of your feet. You know, it'll help bring it back up. Okay? So think about that. You know, you drive a lot. You need compression stockings today are comfortable. I did get a pair of the old style just for the look. Matter of fact, my dad needed them, and he had brand new ones in the box, and he had them years ago, and they happened to fit me. So I took them. At first, I was like, yeah, it's the old style. And then when I got the new ones, I was like, wow, what a difference, night and day. So today's compression stockings are fantastic. And as you know, Tommy Copper makes them. So if you're athletic, look into them as well. So you get the compression stockings, you get to do all your blood work, and then you get to do the is it an ultrasound? They get a sort of like an ultrasound. They go up and down your veins, you know, and they check those out. And I had to do that a few times to make sure there was no blood clots. And I do have some issues because of that broken leg. And one of the things was I had a varicose vein. And that happens because just the vein's loose, you know, so it expands. And to get rid of that and to feel a little bit more, the blood would flow a little bit more if the vein was removed. So that vein happened to be a main artery on my left side. So they go in. I had this procedure done 2016. It's not a long process. You're wide awake while you're doing this. You lay on the table. They cover you so you can't see what's going on. There's a machine behind you that sort of acts like a hot water bubbler type thing where they go in with a catheter and they go into your groin. And then they fish down into the vein and they heat up the vein till it disintegrates. And then they cut it off at a certain point, right up to your groin. So all that vein going down the rest of my leg gets heated up, it gets destroyed, and now I just have one main artery vein, and that's on my right side. So in the future, if anything goes wrong, I only have one vein left. So keep that in mind, guys. Blood clots can happen to anybody. You know, the first thing they said to me when you're on a plane ride, I'm like, what's a plane ride got to do with anything? It's just because you're sitting in a fixed position for so long. People die all the time. There was that newscaster, I forget what his name was, but he was in a military tank in Iraq. From sitting in the position that he was and being on the plane, he died on the plane because of a blood clot. And yeah, guys, if you sit around a lot, your legs are starting to swell up, look at the compression stockings. You don't want to be doing this, taking warfarin or whatever other medications are out there now, that newest and greatest stuff that's out there. So there's always something. So I'm going to show you what my leg looks like. So be prepared, guys. All right? Let's take a look. All right, bear with me, guys. Ready? So that's the bottom of my leg versus the right side. Can you see the difference? I shattered that, and I had external rods throughout the leg to put it back together. So I got lucky. So now I'm going to show you the compound fracture. My leg when it broke in half. All right, guys, so be prepared. Ready? Ooh. Broke my leg right in half right there from the motorcycle accident. They took skin graft off this leg, put it to here. My friends used to call it the ashtray. So I have a nice boo-boo for my motorcycle accident. And if you want to drive like an idiot, there you go. That's what happens. So guys, on that note, Bald Adonis out.